Hello everyone, I am so excited to be sharing this geography course with you. It is Geography 3 from Memoria Press. This was a last minute purchase for us. We changed some things up for my 9th grader, and I realized I wanted her to have a 1-semester world geography course. Now, the challenge was that I wanted it to cover physical geography and political geography, but I wanted a little bit more. I wanted it to cover some history, culture, things like that, and I just could not find what I was looking for. Then I remembered that Memoria Press had some geography curriculum, and I was so excited to find out that this was exactly what I wanted. So we went ahead and purchased it, and we are loving it. My daughter's enjoying it. I've been really happy with the lessons, and I'm just so excited to share it with you. So let me first just show you what comes with the geography course, and then I will walk you through each one individually. So the first thing that you're going to get is the student textbook. All right, and we'll look at that in more detail. You're also going to get a teacher guide. You're going to get the student workbook. You're going to get a classroom atlas. And if that wasn't enough, you're also going to get some flashcards. These are geography flashcards. This is just a small stack of them. This is the one for Europe. And again, I will show you what these are all about in just a minute as well. So I think the best place to start is with the student text. This is the student text, which has the lessons that the student is going to read. It's kind of the information where they are learning from. And then, like I said, there is a student workbook. This is where they will actually do their work in, and we'll look at that in just a minute. Now, before we jump into the student text, I did want to flip it over on the back and just read kind of a summary of what the course is about. It says students are required to label major landforms and topography. They'll also study the climate, recent and current history, culture, and religion of every continent. In addition to labeling maps, students will learn to draw each continent using the Robinson Map Project. At the end of this video, I will let you know kind of how we are using this curriculum, kind of what my lesson plan, weekly lesson plan looks like for my daughter who is using this. She's in 9th grade. They do have lesson plans that you can purchase, so I will link to those down below along with this curriculum in the description box, but I didn't think they were needed. I mean, I don't know what the lesson plans look like, but I felt like this was pretty straightforward in how it was laid out. So like I said, I will share with you how we are using it at the end of the video. So let's open up to the contents page. Again, this is the student text. And as you can see, there are 9 units. Unit 1 is an introduction. Unit 2 covers Western Europe. Unit 3 is Eastern Europe. Unit 4 is North America. Unit 5 is Central and South America. Unit 5 is Sub-Saharan and Africa. Unit 7 is North Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia. Unit 8 is South and East Asia, and then you wrap it up with Southeast Asian islands, Oceania, and Antarctica. And then, of course, there's a glossary here. So let's just open up to, here's Unit 1, the introduction. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to go to Unit 2. This is Western Europe. One of the things that I'm letting my daughter do is write in it, highlight things that she, needs to highlight and underline and circle to help her better understand the information. The tests include map work, but they also include short answers and essays, short essays about this material that they're learning about. And so I have let her highlight in here to help with studying. But here is the physical geography of Western Europe. Then we have human geography. And again, see, there's pictures in here. They are not colored. They are black and white, but there are pictures in here. Here are the Mediterranean countries. Then we have the British Isles, Nordic countries, Western Central Europe. And this is where kind of the history, culture kind of stuff comes in. And then here we are onto Unit 3, Eastern Europe. And that is how it is set up. There are also, let me show you back here. Like I said, there's maps in here with each unit. So there's going to be pictures, there's going to be maps, there's going to be information about the geography, the culture, religion, history, all of that. So I was really, really pleased with the student text. My daughter's finding it fairly easy to read. Not that it's easy material, it's definitely challenging her, but she can open it up and read it and understand it. I'm not having to help explain it to her. So that is the student text. Next, let's look at the student workbook here. All right, and the student workbook, if you open it up, my daughter's already been writing in it, so I'm going to try to find a section where she hasn't written yet. But as you can see in the student workbook, we've got all of the 9 units, and then we've got this appendix. There's the Robinson Map Project. That's where they're learning to draw maps for themselves. I am not having my daughter do this. You obviously can or can't, that's your choice. There is honors work and there's a world religions chart. So just some extra stuff. The honors work, if you want to make this into maybe a meatier course, then you can have your students do that. So let me open up to a unit here. So here's unit 7. So as you can see, there's some comprehension questions here that they're going to be filling in as they work through the material here in the student text. As they read through there, they're going to be filling that out. Then they are going to be learning all the countries and their capitals. They've got some map work here where they have to label all of these on the map over here. And then if your student is going to be doing the Robinson Map Project, it tells them right here what they need to do. And then we're on to unit 8. So there's just, a couple pages per unit. And then you get to the appendix where it has that Robinson's map project and the honors work and all of that. So that's a look inside the student workbook. There's 2 more things that your student is going to be using with this curriculum. So like I said, they've got the student text, they've got the workbook. It also comes with a classroom atlas. We already had a classroom atlas, but it's always nice to get a new one and to get an updated one. And so I'm just going to flip through here. You guys are probably familiar with atlases, lots of information, colorful pictures, all the stuff they need to know for geography. So it does come with that. The other thing that it comes with is flashcards. And it is a huge stack of flashcards. I'm going to try to gather them all up here. All right. This is a big stack of flashcards, and it is divided up into continents. So this is for Europe, and if you flip it over, it's going to show your student what the continent of Europe, where it's located. And then it has the country with the country's flag, obviously not in color, but the country with its flag. When you flip it over, you will see where the country is located on the map, along with the capital of that country. And so since your students, if you use this curriculum, my daughter has to learn all of the countries and their capitals. This is really great. She can just look at this and go, okay, Serbia, what is the capital of Serbia? She can see what the capital is, but she can also see where it's located as well, because she's also going to have to label where it is on the map. So these flashcards are really, really helpful. So this is one for Europe. Then there's a nice big stack for Asia. I'll show you kind of what they look like on the back. This one is North America, along with some other continents in here. I didn't separate these out, but again, tells you what North America looks like. And then, here's the Bahamas and, their flag, and then on the back where the Bahamas are and the capital. So really, really helpful. We found these cards to be super helpful in studying for the exam. So I'm really thankful that these are included. The last thing that I want to show you that comes with this curriculum is the teacher's guide. So let me move these aside here and we will grab the teacher's guide here. Let's get the atlas out of the way. This is the teacher's guide, and this has been so helpful for me. I'm loving this guide, and the main reason is for this one, reproducible maps. Okay, a homeschool mom's dream is to have reproducible maps because it is so hard to find the maps that you need on the internet. So I love this. So again, you have all of the different units. You have the appendix, just like your student has, and then you have the reproducible maps. You have tests and the test keys. So each unit has the same thing that your student has, but with the answers written in, along with all the map work answers written in. Okay, so everything that your student had to map is going to be labeled here. Super helpful, especially for me. And I'm going to be honest, I am not great at geography. So this has been fun to kind of learn along with my daughter. She does this completely independently, but I will help with the flashcards and quizzing her. And obviously I'm grading her work. And so I'm learning right along with her. One of the great benefits of homeschooling. So that is how this section of the teacher's manual is set up. It looks exactly like the student workbook, everything that's in here, but it has the answers. Now, what I want to flip to is the reproducible maps. Those are on page 63. Let's see if I can find those. So the great thing, again, about this is all of the maps that your student needs are in here. And so what I do for my daughter is I print off several copies of each of these for the continent or the area that she is studying. And so she can practice labeling these, and it's a good practice for the test. And she can see how well she has remembered where each of the states and capitals and all of that are located. Rivers, mountains, all of that. And then there are the tests and the test keys. Let's turn to page 87. Show you, here's the tests are here. I'm going to kind of just, I'm going to show you, they have the tests. I don't want to show the test just in case some student is watching, but there's the tests in there. And then they have the answer key. They do have a final exam. I will let you know that there is a final exam. So there is the Unit 9 test. I don't know if you can see that. There's a Unit 9 test. Then there is a final exam for them to do. And then there is the test key. So again, the test keys are the tests. It looks exactly like your student test, but it has the answers written in. And again, I'm not going to show that just in case there's a student watching, but the test keys are back here. So the teacher's guide is super helpful. And again, I love those reproducible maps. So how do we use this? How is my daughter using this? Well, let me walk you through what a week looks like, or actually 2 weeks looks like. So let's pull out the student text again. Remember that this is a 9-unit course. I want it to be 1 semester, so that's going to be 18 weeks. So we are doing 2 weeks, we're taking 2 weeks to do 1 unit. So we took 2 weeks to do Unit 1, 2 weeks to do Unit 2. Here's how it is working. On week 1, that first week, my daughter is reading the whole unit in here. So she's reading it, she's highlighting and underlining. She's doing that as well as filling in the student workbook. Okay, so this is week 1, all of the reading, filling out the student workbook. Then on the second week, what she is doing is studying. So I will go ahead then and print out those reproducible maps here, whatever one she's on. I will print out usually about 4 of them so that she can work on it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Four different times she's filling out the map. She is also using the flashcards to help her practice the the countries and their capitals. Did I say states earlier? I can't remember, but the countries and their capitals. So she's using the flashcards. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of the second week, she is memorizing the countries and their capitals with the flashcards. So she'll do a little bit of that on Monday, and then she'll move over to the map and she'll fill in the map. Tuesday, same thing. Wednesday, same thing. Thursday, same thing. On Friday, she will take the test. Now, like I said, we are not doing the Robinson's Map project. I just didn't feel like that was necessary for my particular student. But one thing I am doing to help her with the test is I am letting her know, I'm kind of giving her an idea of what is going to be in the short essays and short answer portion. So a lot of it she already knows. It's the map work, okay? I'm not going to show you a test, but it's the map work. It's going to have the capitals or state countries, and she's going to have to write the capitals or vice versa. I can't remember. But then there's a lot of information here about the geography, the history, the culture, the religion of all these different continents. And it can get overwhelming. And so I've just kind of given her a little hint, a little study guide, if you will, of things to be looking for. For example, I might say, you know, you need to know about the Berlin Wall. You know, and I might even get specific and ask a question like, you need to maybe know these 3 things about the Berlin Wall. I don't want to give her word for word the questions, but I want her to have a general idea of what she needs to focus her study time on. And so she has been doing this and getting pretty much 100% on almost every test. And I really think because we're taking that second week for each unit and just studying, going over these cards, she is studying with the maps, and then she is going back through her student textbook and looking at what she highlighted. I've given her a little type study guide to help her know what to focus on in her studies, and she's been doing really well. And you guys, she has been learning so much. I cannot believe how awesome this course is. Seriously, I was just hoping for at least her to have a general idea of geography, of world geography, but she is learning so much history, so much culture, about religion. I mean, it has been amazing. I am thrilled with this course. Again, this is Geography 3 from Memoria Press, and I believe this is meant for 8th grade. I believe that's what they have it listed under on their website, but I absolutely think this works great for the high school years. Definitely, there's a lot of work in here, a lot of things she's learning, and I have no problem giving her a half a credit for a 1 semester course. Any questions, leave them down in the comment section. And if you have used this course or any of the geography courses from Memoria Press, please let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. Honestly, we are loving this. I am so happy. I cannot even tell you how thrilled I am that we stumbled upon this course. I purchased this with my own money. They're not sponsoring this video. I seriously just love this, have been so happy with it, and had to share it with you. Links to the curriculum on the Memoria Press website down in the description box. And again, let me know if you've used it. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Bye.